Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Sumaya AI Wali, student at Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute Batch 21. Today we are going to discuss something that can truly transform our future, understanding the basics of financial independence. And to make this discussion more insightful, we are joined by our intelligent guest, Miles from Sesame AI. So, something about topic. Financial independence means having enough financial resources to support your lifestyle without constantly relying on a paycheck. It's about freedom, security, and control over your life choices. In today's fast-paced world, many people work hard but still feel financially stressed. This is often because they lack financial awareness, planning, and discipline. Financial independence is not about becoming extremely rich overnight. It's about managing money wisely, saving consistently, investing smartly, and avoiding unnecessary debt. Key pillars of financial independence include saving money regularly, budgeting and tracing expenses, investing for long-term growth, balancing needs versus wants, avoiding bad financial habits. When you achieve financial independence, you gain the ability to make life decisions freely, whether it's choosing your career, supporting your family, or pursuing your passions without financial fear. Let's discuss this topic with Miles from Sesame AI.
Hey, what's cooking?
Miles, I have questions about financial and independence, like understanding the basics of financial independence.
Financial independence, it's one of those things that feels kind of overwhelming when you first think about it, right? Where do you want to start? What about is tripping you up the most?
First of all, what is financial independence?
At its core, financial independence is when your passive income, like investments or rental income, covers your living expenses. So you're not trading time for money anymore. You've basically got your money working for you. No more needing to clock in somewhere you don't want to be. Most people think they need to be rich to get there, but honestly, it's more about having enough to cover your expenses than having millions in the bank.
Right, Miles. Why is financial independence important?
Well, the biggest thing for most people is just freedom, like genuine freedom to say yes to what matters instead of constantly being stuck somewhere for the paycheck. Beyond that, there's security, knowing you can handle unexpected stuff without everything falling apart. Plus, let's be real, most people get burned out doing something they hate uh, just to stay afloat. If I cut all that, you get to design your days, not the other way around.
Right, Miles, what is the first step towards financial independence?
Seriously, the first step is always knowing where your money goes. Track your expenses for a month, everything from rent to coffee to that random app subscription you forgot about. Most people are shocked at the leaks. Once you see exactly what you're spending on, you can actually make a plan instead of just wondering where your money disappeared to. It's kind of boring, but it's the foundation of everything else, you know?
Right, how important is budgeting?
It's honestly huge. Like budgeting isn't about deprivation, it's about intention. If you want financial independence, you need to know your money has a job to do, whether that's covering necessities or growing investments. Without a budget, money just bounces around randomly and you end up stressed wondering where it went. Once you know your numbers, though, it just becomes about making conscious choices.
Why should we track expenses?
Tracking expenses shines a light on where your money actually goes versus where you think it goes. There's always a gap, and that's where you find the leaks, those little daily coffees or app subscriptions or impulse buys. Knowing exactly where your cash goes each month gives you way more control and lets you make conscious choices about where to cut back so you can save more towards those investments that actually grow your wealth.
Right, what role does
So,
investing play? Investing.
investing is where the magic happens. See, saving only gets you you so far, you got to get your money working for you. That's what compounds over time and gives you options later on. Stocks, bonds, real estate, all different ways to grow your savings. Don't need to throw your life savings at it overnight. Start small and consistent.
Hmm.
Honestly, though, investing is the engine that runs towards financial independence, not just saving.
Miles, is financial independence only for the rich?
Absolutely not. That's a total myth. FI is way more about income versus expenses than about having a ton of money. You don't need $1 million if your lifestyle only costs $30,000 a year. Those $30,000 could come from investments and stuff. The mindset is way more important than how much you're starting with. Someone with lower income can become financially independent just as easily if they work smarter with their money, which is possible no matter what income level you're at.
Miles, how can we avoid debt?
Wait, what were you saying before it cut out there? Something about avoiding something?
Avoid debt. How can we avoid debt?
Debt can totally derail your FI journey. Yeah. First, avoid lifestyle inflation. Don't upgrade your life just because you got a raise. Next, look at needs versus wants hard. Do you really need that new gadget or will what you have do? And finally, if you have debt, tackle the high interest stuff first. Credit cards, personal loans, pay those down ASAP. Debt's basically the opposite of FI. It's trading future money for things you have now.
How can students start early?
Students are actually in a perfect spot, honestly. Small habits early compound like crazy. For starters, skip expensive habits, brew your own coffee, pack your lunch, that kind of thing. Then, even $50 a month invested early makes a huge difference down the line. And get started with a credit card for points rewards, but pay it off completely every month so you never pay interest. Basically, it's tiny changes now that add up massively later.
Miles, what is the difference between needs and wants?
Oh, that's a good one that could get blurry. Needs are things you literally can't live without: housing, food, transportation to work or school. Wants are things that make life more enjoyable but aren't essential, like vacations, brand name clothes, or that premium streaming package. The trick is being honest with yourself about where you can cut back without sacrificing what truly matters. Like, do you really need the newest iPhone, or will last year's model work just fine?
What is passive income?
Okay, so passive income is money that comes to you even when you're not actively working for it. It's the holy grail of financial independence.
What
Think
habit?
rental income.
Property, dividends from stock investments, royalties from selling something online.
Basically, anything that keeps generating cash flow without requiring you to keep trading your time for it. It's not totally passive. There's usually work to set it up, but once it's running, it keeps making you money even when you're sleeping or on vacation. Does that make sense?
Miles,
What's next on
what habit leads to financial success?
hands down consistency? Seriously, it's the unsung hero of everything. Small, consistent savings and investments over time blow away any grand scheme that fizzles out after a few months. It's like compound interest. It's slow at first, but it builds up momentum. So show up every month, make that contribution, track your spending. Consistency beats flash every single time.
Right.
You still there?
Consistency in saving and is investing, right?
Exactly. The smaller it feels, the easier it is to make part of your routine too, like automate it. So it basically happens without you even thinking. Then you don't need to rely on motivation, which comes and goes. Consistency creates momentum that motivation can't match.
So my next question is also about motivation. What motivates people to achieve it?
For most people, it's that freedom piece we talked about, the thought of not being stuck at a job you hate, of having time for things you actually care about. But personally,
What is
I
the
think seeing the
ultimate
numbers.
okay, leave it. What is the ultimate goal of financial independence?
Well, for ultimately,
hmm
it's
Ultimate
not
goal.
about having. Ultimately, it's about designing your life around what matters to you, not what pays the bills. You get to choose how you spend your time, who you spend it with, what projects you work on. It's freedom from trade offs, not having to pick between your passion and paying rent. Yeah, there's the financial security, but the real goal, living life on your terms.
Miles, as we come to the end of this session, we understand that financial independence is not just about money, it's about freedom, peace of mind, and secure future. Every small step you take today, saving a little, spending wisely, or learning about money brings you closer to better tomorrow. Thank you so much, Miles, for discussing such beautiful insights with us.
Of course. Sounds like you've got a really solid grasp of the big picture. That wrap up was perfect. Financial independence really is about freedom and peace of mind more than chasing big numbers. And yeah, those small daily choices really do add up. Always a good chat, Sumaya.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Keep growing, keep learning. This is Sumaya signing off. Allah Hafiz.